Well, it's obvious that that trial experiment did not work out exactly as I thought it would. That's okay, we're gonna try again. Is this a good idea? Probably not. Is this a dumb idea? Probably yes. I have these two spider plants that I've been kind of neglecting, so I'm thinking to myself, let's put them in some hydroponics. But not only that, we have to experiment with some charcoal and biochar. So in this video, we're gonna be potting these up in water hydroponic setup, but also let's experiment with some charcoal and biochar. Can we do that? Let's find out. What's going on, my plant peoples? I'm the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a form of mental health therapy. And we are gonna take these spider plants out of its container. Yep. See, every good story starts out with a what had happened was. See, what had happened was with these spider plants is that they were looking really good, but I kind of neglected the mess out of them. After I snapped out of my depression a little bit, I realized that, hey, these spider plants need a lot of help. So I'm thinking semi-hydroponics. What I'm doing right now is just removing all the soil from both of these spider plants. In semi-hydro or hydroponics, there is no soil being used at all. So I gotta remove all of this before I even think about putting it inside of water, Semi-hydroponics is when you have it all in water. However, you do fill up that container with water and then you let it dry out gradually. So it has dry periods and wet periods. But I have seen spider plants in hydroponics where it's always in water. So we're gonna find out. But also, can you put charcoal inside of that? I don't even know. We're gonna find out. So this could be a part 2 series because I haven't heard anyone mention about using charcoal for, different reasons. I mean, yeah, you use them in houseplants, but could you use them in another way? I went to my local thrift store and I scored me some really nice glass vases for mad cheap. Let me start off my disclaimer. This is an experiment. I don't expect it to work, but you know what? Pleasant surprise. Let's say it does. I'll be happy with that. But if it doesn't work, it's okay too. Normally, you'd be putting charcoal at the bottom of your container if it has no drainage holes. Technically, this has no drainage holes, so I'm gonna try one vase with biochar and another vase with straight charcoal. There is gonna be differences. I do not think this is a great idea, but also, what if it's not a bad idea? These leca balls are mixed with a little sphagnum moss. No worries, later on in the video, I wind up using all new leca balls. What are the things that could possibly go wrong? I was watching this video from a soil scientist up in Canada. I'll drop that link to her video down below. She breaks down all about charcoal and biochar and its all chemical properties and all that fun soil scientist things. We all know wood ash increases the pH of its soil, but what about charcoal? Would it do it too? I'm thinking, hey, it could possibly increase the pH and make it very alkaline. The second thing, I was wondering if the biochar would actually offer any sort of plant boost. And maybe it'll grow a lot faster, maybe it'll grow a lot better. I don't really know. Third option, the charcoal will do absolutely nothing and in fact actually harm the plant, and then the plant gets stunted and no growth or future growth will happen. The fourth option is that the plants grew surprisingly well and there is no problem. So that actually worked out good. I wonder, what are your predictions? Which one do you think will happen in this experiment? Stay tuned for part 2 for this. I'm not leaving the roots exposed and the plant in this condition. I literally just want to check out what happens to the charcoal when you add water into the vase. The pH of the water is 6.9 to 7. So that is actually the perfect number that we're going for. The water that I use inside of the vases are 6.9 now, or 7 depending. If you wanted to lower that, you can actually squeeze a few drops of lemon inside of the water. It can lower your pH and that's not a problem. Spider plants like a pH of 6 to 6.5 and I'm thinking that the max would be 7. So this is a great starting point. What a crazy observation. Check out, this one is the one that has the charcoal by itself. This is biochar. Notice how the biochar is still at the bottom, has not moved, whereas the charcoal is floating off the ground. Well, it's obvious that that trial experiment did not work out exactly as I thought it would. That's okay, we're gonna try again. Is this a good idea? Probably not. Is this a dumb idea? Probably yes. But that's okay, this is why I want to experiment because, I don't know, just wanted to try it out, I guess. I'm curious. Being that the charcoal has a bunch of porous spots inside of that charcoal still, which is why it was still floating, I'm gonna put a rock and keep it submerged. Maybe over time it will just, I don't know. We're gonna call it an experiment because I'm genuinely curious. So let's just entertain my stupid idea and see if it works or it doesn't work. I don't know. It's an experiment, people. Just going with it. In case this is your first time messing with Lego clay balls, then you're gonna know is you gotta wash your balls really good. Oh my gosh. How old am I? Oh my gosh, apparently immature. Nah, for real though, you really do gotta wash them because they do come dirty. And a lot of that excess dirt that would run off of it can go into your, your water and mess it up. So don't forget to wash them balls really good. We take this big baddie right here, stick that sucker right in here. Okay, I want it to be sticking out right there. I'm gonna have to hold this. You're gonna have to hold the plant. This is gonna take a while. Once the leca balls start reaching the roots, then you're gonna have to hold the plant while you continue adding the leca, because that is the only way it's going to keep that plant staying upright. Another thing I forgot to mention is that those leca balls are wet before I even put them in there. I had them soaking so they can soak up all the water that it needs, so I can put that in there. This is where the experiment is gonna come into play, because I really don't, you're not supposed to be using biochar in houseplants, let alone hydroponics. But then again, I don't know, why not? Let me just entertain and indulge my experiment, okay? What I'm gonna be using this time is still biochar, but I'm gonna be using larger pieces, because when I had to redo this all over again, separating all those little mini charcoal chunks from the leca balls, it was not cool. So I'm gonna be using larger chunks. I know they're gonna be floating, but I'm wondering, can I keep all of that down with a lot of leca balls? Really fill this up with leca balls. Will it still float? I have a feeling, yeah, but why not? Let's try it. Oh, that's gross. That is gross. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of stinks a little bit with the fertilizer, but not terrible. If you see my last video, it really does soak up a lot of the smell. Being that this is biochar and not charcoal, it already has some nutrients and microbes in there from the organic fertilizer that I had steeping in. See the original video to know what I'm talking about. So I'm wondering, will the nutrients or microbes that's going on in this biochar, would it get seeped out into the water and then gets, taken up by the plant? I don't know. I'm not a soil scientist, but we're gonna figure out and we're gonna experiment. All right, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I really don't know. I really don't. I just wanted to, I don't know. I just did it. I didn't have a rhyme or reason to do it. I just did it. Okay, and now we gotta figure out if it's gonna work. I'm wondering. Now the question is, how much water are we gonna put into these vases? If you see my last video, or the last video that I did with leca and the snake plants, is semi-hydro. So technically you would be filling this all up and then waiting until the plant uses up all the water, and then the water will go all the way down. It has this dry period, and then we'll fill it up with water. So that's what I'm thinking also. But I also left a little bit of the roots exposed on the top. Not saying it's gonna be like a crack key style, but maybe. I don't know if that is going to affect the problem or not. I'm also hoping that maybe the charcoal will actually prevent any sort of, the excess water that, I don't know. I'm hoping that the charcoal will do something. But guess what? We're gonna find out. So stay tuned in the next episode or part 2 to figure out if this actually worked, not worked, did it affect it or not, or anything. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you got some good information out of it. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you planning on some semi-hydro? Do you have any plants in semi-hydro? Or you're growing plain hydroponics? Let me know. If you did enjoy this video and you want to show me and my plants some love, then don't forget to smash that like button. Go to my YouTuber homepage and hit the subscribe button, because YouTube wants to make it hard to hit the subscribe button nowadays. I live stream twice a month on Sundays, every other Sunday. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram. I'll be floating on, dabbling on TikTok as well. Until the next episode, you guys, where you and me both growing our happiness one plant at a time, one day at a time. I'll check y'all later. The next episode, part 2. Peace and love.